Welcome back to Speak English Like a Pro. I am absolutely thrilled you're joining me today because we're about to pull back the curtain on something truly exciting, something that so many of you are striving for: unlocking English fluency, and perhaps even more intriguing, discovering some powerful secrets to learning it fast. Now, I know what that phrase, learn it fast, might conjure up in your mind. Maybe images of magic pills or instant solutions. But let me be super clear right from the start. There's no real magic pill here, no overnight transformation. What we are talking about, though, are incredibly effective, often overlooked approaches that, when truly understood and applied, can dramatically accelerate your progress, making the journey feel much faster and infinitely more rewarding. You see, for so long, we've been taught to learn languages in a very particular way, often focusing on memorizing endless grammar rules, tackling vocabulary lists that feel overwhelming, and maybe only speaking in very structured, sometimes even artificial, classroom settings. And while that foundation is absolutely important, it often leaves a gap, doesn't it? That moment when you step out of the textbook world and into real life, and suddenly, the English spoken around you feels different. It flows, it connects, it's spontaneous, it's messy, and it's full of nuances that the lessons might not have prepared you for. And that's where the real secret lies: shifting your perspective on how you learn and what you focus on. So, let's dive into some of these powerful, often underestimated secrets that can truly help you fast-track your way to feeling fluent and confident in English. The first big secret, the one that often surprises people, is that fluency isn't about perfection, it's about connection. Many of us get stuck, paralyzed by the fear of making a mistake. We worry about perfect grammar, the right pronunciation, or using the most sophisticated vocabulary. And while those things are definitely goals to work towards over time, they are not prerequisites for fluency. Fluency, at its heart, is the ability to communicate your message, to express your thoughts and feelings without excessive hesitation, to connect with another human being. It's about getting your point across, even if it's not grammatically flawless. Think about native speakers themselves. They make mistakes all the time. We stumble, we use filler words, we simplify our sentences. The difference is, we don't let it stop us. So, the first secret to speeding up your learning is to consciously give yourself permission to be imperfect. Embrace the mistakes as stepping stones, as valuable feedback. Every oops moment is actually a learning opportunity, helping you understand where to focus next, rather than a sign of failure. When you remove the pressure of perfection, you free up so much mental space to actually speak. Building on that, the second secret is all about immersive creation, not just passive consumption. We often think of immersion as having to live in an English-speaking country. And while that's fantastic if you can do it, it's not the only way. You can create your own powerful immersion environment right where you are, and critically, you need to be actively creating with the language, not just passively listening or reading. This means making English an active part of your daily life, in ways that might surprise you. Try narrating your day out loud, just to yourself, as you go about your tasks. I'm making breakfast now, putting the kettle on, looking out the window at the rain. Or describe objects around your room in detail. Talk to yourself in the mirror about your plans for the weekend. This forces your brain to constantly retrieve words and construct sentences spontaneously. Even better, record yourself talking about a random topic for 1 minute every day. It could be your favorite food, a dream you had, or a book you're reading. Listen back. This isn't about perfection. It's about building stamina, identifying where you hesitate, and getting comfortable with the sound of your own voice in English. When you're actively producing the language, even to yourself, you're building those neural pathways much, much faster than just listening. The third big secret lies in strategic listening for pattern recognition, not just word recognition. Often, when we listen to English, especially faster speech, we get overwhelmed trying to catch every single word. This is exhausting and often ineffective. Instead, shift your focus. Start listening for patterns. This means paying close attention to connected speech, how native speakers link words together, like gonna for going to, or what'ya for what do you. Notice the rhythm and intonation, the way their voice rises and falls, how certain words are stressed. A fantastic way to practice this is through shadowing. Find a native speaker's audio, a podcast, a YouTube video, an audiobook, and try to mimic them exactly as they speak. Don't just repeat the words. Try to match their pace, their intonation, their pauses, their rhythm. This trains your mouth muscles and your ears simultaneously, helping you internalize the natural flow of English. It's like learning the music of the language. When you start to recognize these patterns, your brain doesn't have to work as hard to decipher individual words, freeing up mental energy to actually understand the meaning and, crucially, to reproduce those natural patterns yourself. This is a game changer for sounding more natural and fluent. Then there's the fourth secret: prioritizing high-frequency, practical language over rare vocabulary. Many learners spend too much time trying to learn obscure, academic words they might use once a year. While expanding your vocabulary is important, to achieve fluency quickly, focus intensely on the words and phrases that native speakers use every single day. Think about the most common 2,000 to 3,000 words in English. They make up a huge percentage of everyday conversations. Focus on common phrasal verbs, idioms, and conversational fillers that native speakers sprinkle into their speech. Learn phrases like, "How's it going? What's up? No worries, fair enough, I get it. Catch you later." These aren't always taught extensively in traditional settings, but they are the glue of real conversation. Where do you find them? Through authentic content. Listen to casual podcasts, watch YouTube channels where people are just chatting, binge-watch TV shows without subtitles, or with English subtitles only. Pay attention to how people talk in informal settings, not just what they say. When you master these high-frequency, practical elements, your English will immediately sound more natural and your ability to understand and participate in everyday conversations will skyrocket. And finally, the fifth secret, perhaps the most critical of all, is to cultivate a growth mindset and embrace consistent micro-practice. Fluency doesn't happen in giant leaps. It happens in countless tiny, consistent steps. The secret to learning fast isn't about doing marathon sessions once a week. It's about showing up every single day, even for just 10 or 15 minutes, and actively engaging with the language. This means making English a habit, woven seamlessly into the fabric of your day. Maybe you narrate your morning routine in English, or you listen to a short English podcast during your commute, or you shadow a few sentences while making dinner. When you make it a daily habit, however small, your brain stays constantly engaged and the learning compounds exponentially. It's also about having that growth mindset, believing that your abilities can improve through dedication and hard work rather than seeing them as fixed. When you stumble, instead of thinking, "I'm bad at this," think, "What can I learn from this? And how can I try it differently next time?" This resilient attitude, combined with consistent, small bursts of practice, is truly the fastest path to unlocking that confident, effortless English fluency you've been dreaming of. Remember, unlocking English fluency isn't about being perfect. It's about being effective, about communicating, about connecting, and about building that beautiful confidence, one small, consistent step at a time. These aren't just tips. They are profound shifts in how you approach your learning, designed to accelerate your progress and make the journey incredibly rewarding. You absolutely have the power to transform your English speaking. If this conversation resonated with you, if it sparked a new way of thinking about your English journey, please give this video a big thumbs up, share it generously with anyone who's striving for English fluency, and of course, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, so you don't miss any more secrets from Speak English Like a Pro.